Peace, friend. What up? It's your brother in Google. Now you see R&M. Once again, you were tuning into R&M RBG TV fam. You already know that we do keep it G. That raw and uncut common sense for the common people dealing with the common issues, trying to seek those common solutions. And of course, family, by now, if you've been walking with us long enough, you already know that what we're bringing to the table is black love, because you already know that black love is the cure for the black nation, family. So let's get it. What we're going to discuss today is what I've come up with the topic of black love is becoming more of a myth to black people. More and more. I repeat, black love is becoming a myth to, black love is becoming a myth to black people more and more. So with that being said, like always, what we do, we going to let the chat room build on up, let the audience build on up, run a few tunes, let the folks get their minds acclimated, bless up the place, lively up the place. So with that being said, we're going to start it off like this. Just bear with me, family. We'll be rock and roll in a few minutes.
Pressure must fight. Judge on your machine and go right. And you give I so much means to survive. Judge on your machine and go right. And I'll forever put my trust in the eye. Judge on your machine and go right.
Tell a friend, tell a friend.
Can hear the poor man cry. Judge on your machine and go right. Go before us, King Selassie. When I dance around the yard, there's the resting place for. I pray that Jah will comfort my soul and put a smile on my face. Me know every minute me a go conquer them, cause them know not where they're coming from, now where they're going. So that's how with Mr. Perant again, who has dominion over the living. Jah, you're my shield and guide, and you give us so much means to survive. Jah, you're my shield and guide, and I'll forever put my trust in the eye. Whoa. I know the scores, I know the roles. Baby, I know what's going on.
Tell a friend, come on in.
I know the scores, I know the roles. Baby, I know what's going on. And I see you on the street looking neat. Girl, you look so sweet, so sweet. When I see that neon light shining bright, when you're out of sight, out of sight, the way you pass me by, babe, the way you pass me by, oh yeah.
Wanna run a few tunes, let folks come on in. You know how we do.
I know the scores, I know the roles. Baby, I know what's going on. I know the scores, I know the roles. Baby, I know what's going on.
Hey, you're right now, tell the politician them come out here, cause we don't need no total. Hey,
listen up.
Voter. Hey, now the man say.
Listen up.
Hey, yo, get the news. How we talk children, yeah, we have to eat in the shade. Now the man says, hey, yo, this is what the alongside Junior. Indeed.
Listen up.
Check it.
Them now pull no string, them just a black up the train. Them no cater for the youth, them way down the lane. When them done campaign, them go fly out Pamplane. And them and them friend gang go drink champagne in Paris and Spain. But everything remain just the same when we touch back the lane. Man a shot out man brain, man I pump cocaine. I will not touch him murder, them get detained. Stand here, you see, get a youth wise up. Uncle so we are go rise up.
Rise up, brother.
Open your eyes up. Uncle so we are go rise up.
Anyway, well, I see them and see them from the Garden of Eden. Spread them propaganda, nobody no believe them. Misleading our children, say you forbid them. I'm thinking man, we forgive them. Well, them system is a mess up, don't stop to confess.
One more that we going in.
Listen up on me express. Politicians them get vexed, tell them to them next rest. Politicians cause the people them too much distress. For them a come get vexed and revolution no start yet. And when it start, no Babylon can't part it. When we want how we want it, or the waffle no flaunt it. Or they eat the fruit when they see them no plant it. Think him one go and chant it, and me advance it. Tell no pagan don't charge this. Cause them a hidden and cheating from the Garden of Eden. Tell them propaganda, nobody no believe them. Misleading your children, try you forbid them. I'm thinking man, you forgive them.
We're going in after this one, y'all.
You're still taking what's not yours. Greedy though you got more. Switching on me now, snitching on me now. Picking up dirty attitudes. What's your future then? I'm not sure. Now you lurk on every corner, trying to make $1 from them quarters. Thought you were my friend, give an helping hand. Prove to be my enemy, I can't even trust anyone. I've got to take myself away from all these things that's hurting me. I've got to make my life so free. Seems you don't want nothing good for real. I've got to take myself away from all these things that's hurting me. I've got to make my life so free. Seems you don't want nothing good for real. Waste no time on you, not behaving yourself up in a crime on you. Now there's a fine in you. Now tell me what you gonna do. Willing to help and not to want you to see. Stupid things you do, I just can't believe. Seems you don't know what you really need. Take it, remember life carries its own speed. I was there to motivate you. Seems you don't appreciate it. What is it that generate you to do the bad things to do? I really hate it. I've got to take myself away from all these things that's hurting me. I've got to make my life so free. Seems you don't want nothing good for real. I've got to take myself away from all these things that's hurting me. I've got to make my life so free. Seems you don't want yourself good for real.
Alright, family. Alright. Once again, family, it's your brother in Google. Now you see R&M. You were tuned into R&M RBG TV, fam. And you know we do keep it G. We are going to discuss the topic on which I have entitled the fact that black love is becoming a myth more to black people. And like I said, we gotta chop this up because it's real. I'm pretty sure y'all see it just as much as I do. I'm pretty sure y'all feel it just as much as I feel it. And this is something that we just gotta put to rest, man. And of course, like I always say, black love is the cure for the black nation, so let's get it. I repeat, black love is the cure for the black nation, family, so let's get it. Now, if you walked with me on my last episode, I was pretty much discussing the fact, that we're living in the times of the whole social media, living in the times of the reality television, and, media at large, nonetheless, is basically the focus point for a lot of people across the land, whether you're dealing with blacks, whites, Asians, Hispanics, Wazungu and friends, whoever. Nonetheless, the media is what controls the order of the day, right? Now, when it comes to this whole love scenario, right, and you already know what I'm talking about, man, woman to produce child, right, because that is a legacy. Before I go any further, I want to say it's just like this. The might of the nation rests within the woman. The defense of the nation rests within the men. The legacy of the nation rests within the youth. Right? When the women are in good standards, so shall be her defense, her legacy, and her nation. When the women are in poor standards, so shall be her defense, her nation, and her legacy. The reason why I say it like that is just very simple. This is not to pick on anybody, but we gotta focus. We gotta be real. We have to be real. We gotta be real. We gotta be real. The women on any racial background, any racial lines, whatever, that is the focus point, nonetheless, of their people. They're the ones that I want to say, quote unquote, lead the charge, but that's the main focus point, if you will. when you're dealing with warfare type scenarios or whatever, right? What's the biggest and the most vital thing that you want to obtain to basically get everybody else within that whether you're dealing with the racial, dealing with society at large, whatever, you want to go after the woman. Why is that? Because that's where you get your defense coming in nonetheless, right? This is why I say the defense of the nation rests within the men. When that sister, that woman, when she is on her up and up, her defense will be on it up and up, because now her defense, her men, have something of value, if you will, to defend, protect, sustain, provide for, etc., 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 etc. When that might, aka the woman, and that defense, aka the man, get together in the proper standings and the proper union, right, based on proper standards that they reflect off one another, whatever, their nation, aka their legacy, will reflect just that, aka the children. The children are only going to follow and mimic that which they see those before them, what they do, what they say, etc., etc., etc. Now, unfortunately, we have been generationally be passing certain things down. For example, we live in this whole mindset of the whole do as I say, not as I do type of vibe, and that really gets us nowhere. Because at the end of the day, words, yes, they carry sound, they carry meaning, they carry power, but at the end of the day, when I see something, this is where the do part comes in, the action part, if you will. When a person sees something, when we see something, it gives us motivation and the inclination to do more, to do better, to go higher and higher and higher with purpose. If we just hear a whole bunch of hoopla, yada, 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 trash talk, shit talk, whatever you want to call it, it goes in one ear, we hear it, it goes out the other ear, and basically never to be heard again, never to be recycled ever again. It's just wordplay. So this is where, again, we got to get out of the do as I say and not as I do, and get into the whole do as I say as well as I do. We got to show and prove the examples. Now, the reason why I'm saying black love is becoming more of a myth is, if you've noticed, we're putting up more and more of a fight amongst one another. We're putting up more and more of a fight against those who are in healthy relationships, whether marriages, long-term relationships, courting, all that good stuff, right? And nonetheless, let's be real, before I even get into the good further, you have to go through these different levels to get a healthy relationship and get a healthy marriage. You have to, one to get to know yourself first and foremost, because if you don't know yourself, you ain't going to get to know that other person, right? Two, you have to learn how to become friends. Go through the courtship phases. It's okay. Go out on dates. You know what I'm saying? Get to know each other's minds. Get to know each other's wants, their dislikes, their hurts, their harms, their helps, and all that good stuff. Put it all out on the line, right? We don't do that these days. More times than many, what we like to do, we just get the, you see something, and it's all physical attraction, right? We don't think about the mental attraction. We don't think about the spiritual attraction, right? We see what we see, what we see, and next thing you know, we do the do. You know how we do. That gets us nowhere. And I'm gonna be jumping around a little bit, and right now I'm about to do just that. When we see each other and we do the do, when we have sex with one another, whatever, sex only magnifies that which you have already laid out as your foundation. If you don't have a healthy foundation, a firm foundation, your sex is just empty, null and void. You're just busting a nut. Forget my language. So again, yeah, get to know yourself, get to know your partner, go through the courtship phases, go on dates, learn each other, learn what's gonna tick each other off, learn what's gonna boost each other up, magnify that, all before you have sex, nonetheless, family. And then grow eventually into having these long-term relationships so you can get these healthy marriages. Because let's be real, family. Let's be very crystal clear. Black marriages, I'm not going to say it's on a decline, but it's not on the rise the way we should have it. Now, big ups on Black Integrity to all the family that's out there that are in these healthy relationships, that are in healthy marriages, that are in the whole fiance phase and this, that, and third, and engagement phase or whatever. That's what's up. Continue to put that example out there to the family at large, whatever. So again, they can see the doing process versus just the hearsay. Because the more we see it, the more we'll want to be inclined to partake as well. This is how you get your nation. This is how you get your nation again. This is how you get your nation. Because again, at the end of the day, a nation is only a multitude of families radiating off of one another, sustaining each other for the greater good, the common goal, the greater effect. You feel what I'm saying? That's what a community is. Well, a community is a microorganism of a nation. A nation is a macro of the community. This is what we need to talk about. This is what we need to live out, nonetheless, right? We do a whole bunch of talking about it, but we have to put that into practice. It's becoming, like I said, it's becoming more of a detriment based off the things that we hear by way of the music that we listen to, the things that we see on the television, the conversations that we engage in with one another, or whatever, this party and that party, whatever. Again, for those that are in the healthy relationships, they're often being combated by those who are not being in healthy relationships. And the ones that are not in healthy relationships, 9 times out of 10, they're not in those relationships based off 1, 2, or maybe 3 bad experiences that they had, in a relationship, whatever. And now, since they've had those negative experiences, they want to cast everybody off to the side. Sisters want to cast the brothers off as if they're not even in existence. The brothers want to cast the sisters off as if they're not in existence. Folks want to venture out and go all these other places. This is where you see the whole rise of this whole interracial stuff, right? Not only is that taking place in real life time, but it's also being promoted and encouraged by way of the media, right? Whether it's TV, radio, social media, no matter what platform you're on, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, this one, that one, this one, that one, this one, it's all right there in front of your face, right? Even in fashion, look at your different commercials and stuff. They're pushing this interracial stuff very hard because they already know outside forces, that is, whether it's, again, Wazungu, Arabs, Hispanics, sometimes our own reflection, if you will. They know the power of a true, genuine black union. They know what we can produce. They know what we've had produced in the past. And again, like Mr. Garvey behind me has always told us, man, what we have done before, we can do again. The question is, do we want to do that? And right now, the answer that's on the table is we really don't want to. Because again, we get hoodwinked, we get bamboozled by way of everything that's on the outside, thinking the grass is greener on the other side. But we don't really see that we're getting played like the games that we love to play. We love to play games, and as the rest of the people around us, they say, okay, they want to play games, we're going to play them like those games. Thus, we fall into the detriment that we are in. It's not that hard to tell. It's right there in front of you if you want to see it. All you got to do is open your eyes. It's right in front of you. All you got to do is open your ears. It's right. It's right here. It's right here. All you got to do is feel it with your own heart, your own soul, whatever. It's right there within you. Question is, do you want to bring that livelihood out and live it and pass it on? You already know my examples, what I love to say, family. What you think is what you will speak. What you speak is what you will walk. What you walk is what you will pass on time and time and time again. Another thing I love to say, man, is like that physics example. Anything that is in any object or any situation that is in motion will remain in that same motion, rate, direction, and speed until met with an equal or oppositional force to redirect that direction, redirect that speed, redirect that object at large, if you will. The way things are rolling right now, again, we're going downhill with these relationships. We're going downhill with our black love to the point, like I said, it's becoming a myth. We got to stop fighting each other, man. We got to hook up with those of like minds, those of like spirit, those of like energy, whatever, and build with that. Like I always say, you're not going to get everybody under the quote unquote black and banner. You're not going to get everybody with this type of complexion. You know what I'm saying? So if you're trying to think like that, get that out your head. You're only going to do is frustrate yourself. But those who have like minds, like goals, like energies, whatever, hook up with that type of vibration, hook up with that type of people, whatever, build off of that and create something. Live out something, whatever. Because at the end of the day, like I always say, the legacy of the nation rests within the youth. They're the ones that's watching. They're the ones that's listening. And based on the examples that we're putting out right now, it's sad. It's going to be unfortunate for them to come up, growing up, you know what I mean, when it's their turn. They're only going to recycle and remimic whatever the examples that we're putting forth. The question is, what examples are we putting forth? Now, again, a lot of times when I come before the family, whatever, they're based off of different experiences that I have personally, whatever, different conversations that I get into, whatever. And I want to expand on one of those conversations. Not too long ago, on social media, Instagram to be specific, there was a sister, right? She made a post or whatever. And now you all know about the whole show Power or whatever. Me personally, I don't watch it, but the family at large, they watch it, whatever. So let's discuss it. I don't know the guy's name. I think it's Tommy or whatever the case is. Nonetheless, the white boy that's on there, right? She puts up on her page his picture twice, 2 different posts. And she's going in her language, whatever. She's lusting over this dude. What she will do, what she will do, what she will do. I'm not going to go into major detail. You can just use your own imagination, whatever. It's all sexual, right? So I, being the person that I am, I just asked her a question. Do you have that same energy for black men? Automatically, she got pissed off and wanted to shred me. But nonetheless, I got under her skin with reality. I got under her skin with the fact that it's bigger than just her, because she felt that I was attacking her personally or attacking her personally or whatever. But it's bigger than just you, sister, or any type of people that's out there. Because if brothers don't get it twisted, I'm about to get on you as well. You ain't exempt. It's bigger than you all personally. This thing that we're talking about is a real deal, live situation in the flesh, in society at large, every day, all day. Again, until we combat it with something equal or greater, and we need to do something greater, and instead of trying to be equal with that's harming us, we need to be greater than that, right? The shit will continue. The shit will be the same. So again, she began to get upset. She getting all pissed off, and next thing you know, here comes the barrage of her friends, her other girlfriends, whatever. They came in with the same type of energy, lusting over this white dude or whatever, what they would do to him and all this other stuff, whatever. Completely negating the historical facts and evidence that's been presented to us many and many times again, what these outside forces love to do with our women and with our men as well. So again, brothers, don't get it twisted. I'm coming to you in a minute. White men specifically, but other nations of men at large, whatever, they see our sisters as targets nonetheless. Sexual not predators, but sexual objects of conquest. You get that woman, you get the people, because the people are going to follow that woman. It's just that simple. The men are going to defend that woman if he's up to the challenge, if he's up to the charge. It's not that hard to see. So again, she got upset. She got pissed off. Her friends got pissed off. They just coming at me. They coming at me. But me being the type of brother I am, I kept my poise. I kept my decor. And I'm just hitting it with real deal facts. Sister, again, this is bigger than you. This is about sustaining us as a people. The more and more we venture out and want to go elsewhere outside of turning to each other as our own reflections, nonetheless. Because let's be real. Black men, she's your reflection. Black woman, he's your reflection. Bounce that energy off. Bounce those visuals off of each other and create a greater image. You feel what I'm saying? I'm speaking metaphorically, but hopefully you understand exactly what I'm talking about. The more we go out elsewhere, whatever, we're going to paint a different picture that's not going to reflect us. Now, everybody loves to talk about the whole, oh, we got the dominant gene, this, that, and third. Doesn't matter who you lay with. Eventually, that child is going to be black, whatever. I call that bullshit, if you will. Now, it sounded good years ago, decades ago, whatever. Yeah, that talk sounded good. That lingo sounded good. But it was just rhetoric. Because at the end of the day, when you look at the situations that's taking place throughout all these different interracial relationships, you can see that the tones is getting lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. I don't give a damn what you want to say. Prove me wrong. Yeah, you have some instances, whatever, where the child still has a sense of darkness, or whatever, within them and their skin tone or whatever. But so what? This don't mean nothing if this don't equate to it. I'm gonna repeat that again. This means nothing if this don't equate to it. If you don't match up. You can have the blackest black skin on the planet and still have the whitest of white minds. You have the blackest dark skin on the planet and still have an Arab mind, still have an Hispanic mind. You feel what I'm saying? It's etc., etc., etc. So again, it's bigger than just how you quote unquote feel. It's about what we produce, family. Again, what you think is what you speak. What you speak is what you walk, and what you walk is what you pass on. So basically, at the end of the day, the foundation is your thought, right? The thoughts that we have, nonetheless, is all negative when it comes to one another. Again, we see each other as combatants, not as allies, not as partners, not as something that we can build and sustain. Black men look at black women in disgust, but want to lay with them. Black women look at black men, if at all, nonetheless, and just want to go elsewhere, all in together. So again, let me talk to the brothers real quick, because I talked to my sister for a couple seconds. We're going to go back to that in a minute. Black men, like I said, you're not exempt neither. You are not exempt, because I see and I hear this shit every day, all day. How much I want the Beckys, how much I want the mommies dealing with the Spanish folks and all this other stuff. Let's be crystal clear, you ain't exempt. You're just as bad as that type of mentality coming from our sisters. So we got two type of detriments, man. But we always want to talk about this black power, black advancement. This is why I always say black integrity, nonetheless. Racial integrity, nonetheless, if you want to be crystal clear. Everybody else around the world, everybody else around the global society, whoever plays the game but black people, they play us like the games that we are. I'm going to say that again. They play us like the games that we are, that we have allowed ourselves to become, that we've allowed ourselves to de-evolve into, because we're not evolving into anything. To evolve to means to get better and greater and greater and greater, right? We're de-evolving. We're going backwards as the times go forward. The times go forward. It's 2017 accordingly, but we're living way back in the past, way back in the Stone Ages, if you will, way back in the Dark Ages, if you will, mentally. It gets us nowhere, family. It gets us nowhere. Again, it gets us nowhere. So all this stuff that we talk about, we want to build and live out, and the black community and the black schools and education and black finances and that stuff, how that's going to happen if we can't have the two main pillars of that situation, the black man and black woman, if we can't have them together. If they're over here going elsewhere, you're not going to have any of that shit. It's over and done with. This is why I say it's becoming a myth. Again, listen to the music that we listen to. Yeah, we like the beats. Yeah, and that's how they hook us in. And if you notice anything about music, whatever, it's all digital. And digital works on frequencies. So if I get your mind tuned into a certain frequency or whatever, you're not even going to pay attention to the lyrics that's being spouted out, that's being said. You're just busy shaking your asses or whatever, trying to do your little two steps and this, that, and the third or whatever, thinking you partying and living it up or whatever. Got your drink in your hand, all that good stuff. Again, let's be crystal clear. We out in the world just as much as everybody else. So you know what I'm talking about. Call me a liar. We got to tune into reality, family. So again, dealing with the music, the stuff that we listen to or whatever, it's all telling us, sleep with one another, but don't build with one another. Sleep with one another, but don't build with one another. Again, sleep with one another, but don't build with one another. Like I said in the very beginning or whatever, when it comes to sex, sex is only going to magnify, boost up, if you will, that what your foundation is. And if you do not have a healthy foundation, if no foundation at all, then your sex is just busting and nut. And that's what black people are doing these days. We just busting nuts. And now, and the way it's getting worse now, we don't even want to do that with each other no more. Because again, we're busy, got our eyesights, I got our gun sights on other people's, other nations, thinking we gonna get something out of the deal. When it comes to black men, you're used strictly for your penis. Period. When it comes to black women, you're used strictly for your vaginas. Period. Let's be clear. They're not trying to tap into your intellect the way we can do with one another. Because even in our worst conditions, even at our worst of worst conditions, black men and black women can make the best ideas magnify and manifest in reality. We've done this before. We've done it before. We can do it again. The question is, like I keep saying, do we want to? The reality of the day shows that we don't. The reality of the day is we like to fight each other, though, so again, end these relationships. Oh, why are you doing this? Case in point, I saw something the other day, and this blew the hell out of my mind. There's a video circulating around on YouTube. I can't think of the lady's name, and she's an actual continental sister coming from the mother continent of Africa or whatever. I forgot her name or whatever, but she has a video that's out right now, something to the effect of, don't fall for the marriage trap. Black woman! I've seen black men talk this same talk. Don't fall for the marriage trap. We ain't no good for one another. We ain't shit with one another. What? What type of... Huh? Stuff like that, it burns my soul. It hurts me. That hurts. And it should hurt you too, family. Again, with that type of energy, you might as well hang it up. You might as well hang it up, pack it up. We got this whole do for self mentality. I'm not talking about the collective self of black people. I'm talking about the individual self. We have become such a selfish people like no other people on the planet. Now, granted, yeah, other races, nationalities, or whatever, other people, whatever, they got their issues on the in-house level, and it just stays right there, in-house. You'll never really see it on the open stage. You'll never see it on the grand stage. You'll never hear it on the grand stage, on the grand speaker, whatever. But when it comes to us or whatever, we gotta tell everybody how we feeling about each other. We gotta show everybody how we feeling each other about, dealing with each other, whatever. And what do? They sit back, they take their note, got them. And they creep right on in the crevice, they creep right on in the crack and make that gap wider and wider and wider. And we help them do it. But again, black power, black advancement. Again, Negro, who you fooling? That ain't gonna happen. Now watch this. You ain't gonna have no black advancement between the legs of another outside forces, black man. You ain't gonna have no black power, no black advancement with the member of somebody else within your body, black woman. It's not gonna happen. At the end of the day, all you're going to do is create confusion within your own self while y'all are doing the do. And when that child comes out as a result of that, doing the do, that child is going to grow up confused because, not for nothing, you're not going to be able to tell them the story right. You're not going to be able to tell them the story right. I repeat, you can't tell them the story correctly because feelings are involved. And you already know once feelings are involved, you got to protect feelings. You don't want to hurt the other person's feelings, whatever, dealing with this whole interracial stuff. So let's be real. Let's be real with ourselves, family. Let's be real with each other, man. If we really want to go higher and higher and live out stronger and stronger the way we say we want to, then let's put the games to the side because we don't have time for games right now, man. We have to put the myths to the side, put them to the back burner, put them in the garbage can, if you will, and put reality as priority A number one. And right now, the #1 priority is sustaining black people. This is why I always say black love is the cure for black nation. Let's get it. Don't let it just be a trendy lingo. Don't let it just be a trendy slogan, man. We have to make this a reality, a life to live, to pass on, so our children can pass it on, so their children can pass it on, so their children can pass it on. Just like how anybody else out there wants to pass it on. Case in point. Wazungu, white folk, right? They got something that's called the 14 words. If you don't know what that is, go look it up, do your homework, and you'll understand what I'm talking about, what I'm saying. It's something to the effect of basically sustaining white people. I'm pretty sure Asians got something like that. I'm pretty sure Hispanics got something like that. I'm pretty sure these East Indians, the Arabs, I'm pretty sure everybody else on the planet has something to the effect relating something common or similar to white folks, their whole 14 words, whatever. Wanting to sustain, whether they verbalize it or not. Because at the end of the day, the action is shown and proved for itself. You see how they sustain one another economically, educationally, spiritually, and religion. Overall, society at large. They sustain without any apology. And they will dare you to try to challenge that stuff. Because once again, they'll give it to you. They'll put it to you every time. But we have been so saturated with the bullshit. We've become so saturated with the madness, so saturated by the way of media, so saturated by the way of social media, whatever. We don't put this stuff to use. We take their words, their livelihoods, and we try to become them. We try to mimic them instead of trying to recreate and relive our own lives, our own destiny. It gets us nowhere. What I want to do right now, family, I want to take a quick little break. Slow down, reprogram, whatever. Read up some of these comments in the chat room. Big, peace to everybody that's in the chat, whatever. Black integrity to y'all. Thank you for walking with me. Like I said, I want to slow down, reprogram so we can get back, tune in. Like I said, and surely there will be a call in. I'm going to drop the number in the chat, whatever. I do want to hear your thoughts, family, because this is something that we got to discuss. This is something that we have to discuss. It's time to put the myths to the side and put reality as priority #1. All right? So, welcome me as well. Welcome with you, RNMRBG TV. You already know how we do. Give me 1 second. Let me drop a tune for y'all, and we're going to come back on in. Let's get it. Pressure. Listen.
If you should ever ask the question, what's the meaning of love? It's a natural essence that created all of us. Hey. Love is nothing to take for granted or put aside to rust. I'm gonna make good use of it now because the time ain't now.
Listen.
Show love. Let me teach you. Show love. Love is how I beat you. Show love. Let me teach you. Show love. Love is how I beat you.
You know that to be rich, come on, is no objective. But from its good loving, we have it in stock.
Oh yes. You may not be a movie star. You may not drive a big fast car, but I love you in every way. I love you in every way. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. Oh, why?
Woman, you may not be wealthy and drive a fast car. Come me never left you out and we a come from far. You remember when we only have 1 hour shirt and you muggle with me in your tight up skirt. As long as me there from Mars and the earth, me not forget where me a come from. Me not go dish your dirt.
I'll keep on loving you.
Always.
I don't know why. Oh, why? I don't know why. Oh, why? Love and hate
Dennis Emmanuel Brown, rest in peace.
never be friends. Oh no.
Listen.
Oh no.
Listen.
Here I come with love and not hatred. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow I all the days of my life. Envy no one, no wish to be with no evil man. For there'll come the day when you'll be with by the Father's hand. Oh, leave up roots children. Oh yeah, live up as the children. Yeah. My head is anointed and my cup runneth over. Yeah. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow I all the days of my life. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. So, Dick, we back. Like I said, we covered on the topic of black love is becoming a myth more and more to black people, right? Y'all heard what I've been saying in the beginning. Now what I want to do, I want to take the time, I want to run a couple more tunes to pretty much reflect on what I'm discussing, right? Now, a minute ago, I was talking to my sisters a bit, right? About basically the vibes that we having towards our, they having towards our brothers or whatever, right? And I've been noticing that there's a real negative vibe that's going on. Basically, this whole black men are oppressive to black women, to the sisters or whatever. Again, which completely recreates the narrative, if you will, the historical narrative, as if our historical enemies, both past as well as present or whatever, is non-existent. So what I want to do, I want to play this real quick. It's a classic rhythm. For those who know the genre, whatever, you know what I'm about to play. Dig this. Listen. Listen to this. Just listen.
You can't pop no style like that. Can't pop no style like that.
Listen.
Due to the things you possess, and you may feel that you are the best. I take you, girl, and you can pass my chance. All you really know to do is muggle in a few fancy dress. Can't pop no style like that.
Level. The reason why I played that one, right? Based on the different trinkets that a lot of our sisters get from going elsewhere, whatever, the little steps and positions that they have in life, whatever, in society, whatever, dealing with corporate America, or, the vibes that they get from the television with this whole reality TV, whatever, they feel, not all, but for those who are in that category, whatever, they feel that basically they got a step up, or one up, or whatever, over our brothers, and they like to put that type of energy, whatever, and downplay our brothers, the ones who are trying to be there for one another. Now, dig this. I'm glad I just said what I just said and played that rhythm that I just played. Going back to that conversation I was discussing a minute ago that I was having with the sisters on that Instagram post or whatever, right? They began to talk about the different past relationships that they had with, certain men or whatever, and 9 times out of 10, it's only 1, 2, maybe 3 negative situations or whatever, and they like to take those 1, 2, or 3 or whatever out of the many brothers that's out here, many multitude of brothers out here, whatever, and want to point all brothers under that broad stroke, right? That broad stroke of negative paint, which again gets us nowhere. It only wants to further encourage them to go elsewhere. It makes no sense. But again, we want the whole they want black men, they want real black men to stand up. So then I said, okay, I hear what you're saying. I understand your pain. It's unfortunate that you had to experience that. Again, on behalf of the real brothers out there, I'm sorry for that. So what I began to say was, wouldn't you want to deal with a black man who has integrity? Notice I keep using this word integrity, family. This is a word that always goes over our heads, right? And one of my other 2 favorite words you already know is accountability and responsibility. So once I said that right there, wouldn't you want to be with a black man who has integrity? right over their heads. They still wanted to continue to shred me. They still wanted to continue to go at me and combat me and whatever and call me all kinds of, excuse my language, bitch ass niggas and you ain't shit, this, that, and third. This is the type of energy that brothers like myself that we face on a day-to-day basis. Not from all of our sisters, but enough of them, the ones that's in that particular category. So again, I repeated my question. Sisters, wouldn't you want to be with a man, a black man of integrity? Completely shut the conversation down. They stopped talking. They just ran away. Hell, the sisters even deleted the post, which proved my point. That type of energy, dealing with male or female, they don't want to recreate something of reality. They don't want to create something of substance, something of integrity, something of value nonetheless. So again, I'm going to repeat my 3 quotes. The might of the nation rests within the women. The defense of the nation rests within the men. The legacy of the nation rests within the youth. The legacy is only going to be and follow after that example of the defense and the might. If the defense ain't stepping up to the plate to defend that might, if the might is not present to be defended, our legacy is screwed. Our legacy, excuse my language, is effed. I'm not going to say the real word, but you know what I'm talking about. It's messed up. It's jacked up. You feel what I'm saying? So again, we got to be real out here. Now, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to talk to my brothers real quick. A lot of times, brothers, they don't know how to deal with the sisters on a real level, whatever, because they don't really have a genuine relationship with their mothers. I'm going to repeat that one more time, because that's a gut check right there. A lot of our brothers don't have a healthy relationship with their mothers for whatever reason. Everybody has their own particular reason, or I don't want to use the word excuse, but nonetheless, everybody has their own reasoning why they do not want to have that relationship. So with that being said, give me 1 minute. Let me find my rhythm. This is coming from Junior Reed. It's an old time classic. Just follow me if you will, family. Watch this. Let's listen. Listen to what's being said.
Jaja know me love, I say me love, dada. Jaja know me love, dada. Love mama, I say me love, dada. Yes, love mama. Jaja know me love, dada. Yes to me, my mama she works more than money. Yes to me, my mommy she works more than money. I said the milk of her teeth, sweeter than honey. Yeah, that's it to me. Daddy he works more than love. That's how me love, dada. Dada, know me love, dada. Love, dada. Dada, know me love, dada. Love, yeah.
Level. I played that for a specific reason now. Now, granted, yes, within the song, within the lyrics, whatever, you heard him mention the pops and everything, love for the father and everything, which is true. We got to have love for both of our parents out here, man. We can't put one against the other. We cannot, because we often do that as well. We like to go with one vibe and put that over the next one. We like to put one parent and compare it to the next one. Put one parent against the next one, which gets us nowhere. Again, we're only, as children of these parents, we're only going to mimic that type of energy that we see the examples before us. Our children are only going to mimic our energy that they see before them, which is us. So dealing with our brothers or whatever, right? We need to recreate, if there isn't already, a greater bond with our mothers. The sisters, recreate, if there isn't already, a greater bond with the fathers or whatever. Straight up and down. Because at the end of the day, the energy that a father gives to his daughter, that's going to be the type of energy that she carries on and looks for in men in society. The energy that a mother gives to her son or whatever, that's going to be the type of energy whatever that he goes and looks for in society, dealing with his mate or whatever, right? Now, here's a little personal example. My pops, he told me back in the day, right? When I was growing up. Big ups to my father, man. He told me growing up, he said, yo, son, if you ever find a woman that is half as good as your mother, you'll be all right. Again, I'm going to say that again. He said, if I ever found a woman that is just half as good as my mother, I will be all right. And not for nothing, he was right. Because guess what? That's who I found. Or should I say, she found me. She found me. And I'm forever grateful to this woman right here. Baby, big up yourself. Lady T. That's my wife right there. That's my baby right there. She has this type of vibe that I have found and no other sister I've ever experienced in my life. And I will be a damn fool if I ever harm that, disown that, throw that away, do anything to jeopardize the bond and union that I have with this woman. Because at the end of the day, I plan on, you feel what I'm saying, passing this vibe on to my sons, and they pass it on to their sons, and so on and so on and so on. Pass it on to my daughters and their daughters, and so on and so on and so on. Again, this is all about sustaining a people. A family is only a small example of what a nation can be. A nation is a greater example of what a family is. You feel what I'm saying? So if we passing on these different energies or whatever, the question is, what are these different energies that we passing on? That's going to go on to the next generation and the next generation and the next generation. We got to stop playing games out here, family. We got to stop playing games and be real out here, man. Because at the end of the day, like I said, because we have to talk it or whatever, and other nations walk it, they walk it because they've been doing it for ages upon ages upon ages. This stuff that we're discussing now and talking now, whatever, it's rather foreign to us because we've been so disconnected by way of force. And now, these days, we're willingly disconnecting that bond. That's bullshit. It gets us nowhere, man. But again, black power, black love, all that other... This is why I say the name of this topic is Black Love is becoming more of a myth to black people. And that's what's painful. That hurts me. That saddens me on a day-to-day basis. Y'all don't know how many days, how many nights my heart breaks when I see and hear and feel the different things I see, feel, and hear when it comes to our people. You feel what I'm saying? It's stressful. Shit is very much stressful, man. It's disgusting. It's embarrassing. Again, we talk a good game. We talk the best of games because you already know we got the gift of gab better than nobody else on the planet. But when it comes to that action, when it comes to that doing, showing, and proving, big old goose egg. It ain't there. It's foreign. It's non-existent, which is what the thing that hurts. So, again, we gotta get outside of this whole realm of being combatants of one another, man. We are our greatest ally. Nobody can relate to one another better than your own reflection. No man can relate better to a sister than a black man. No woman can relate better to a black man than a black woman. Period, point blank. I don't care how you want to put it. I don't care how you want to reword it or whatever. Because again, history has shown and proven, even in our darkest of times, our toughest of times, our worst of times, when we are together, we make shit happen. And we just make people wonder, how in the hell did they come up out of that? How in the hell did they survive that? How in the hell did they survive that? You know why? Because again, black love is the cure for the black nation. Period, point blank. I want to play another tune real quick. You already know, like I do. Like I said, I like to be interactive. I like to play music or whatever because music is one of my best tools of meditation, whatever. Hopefully it is y'all too, depending on what we all listening to out here in these streets, whatever. Because you know, music can be rather jacked up. Now here it is. I'm gonna play a tune from Barrington Levy from back in the day, whatever. Right? I want y'all to listen to the lyrics very closely because it's gonna basically explain what I'm talking about, whatever, about this whole combat situation that we have dealing with one another. So Junior Reed, step forward. Listen.
Hey, oh yeah, hey, I have got the armament and you got the blade. Oh yeah, I've got the armament and you got the blade.
Makes no sense.
Don't try to fight back me.
We will lose the fight. Pull up. I want to start that again from the top. Once again, Mr. Junior Reed, step forward with your rhythm.
Hey.
Listen.
Oh yeah. got to play. Don't try to fight back me. You will lose the fight. Cause I've got the army and you've got to play. If you slip, you will slide. And if you run, you can hide. If you sleep, you will lose the fight. And if you run, you can hide. Cause I've got the hand of my enemies, and you hold the blade. I've got the hand of my enemies, and you got the blade. So don't try to fight back my enemies, you will lose the fight.
Level. Why did I play that song? Because it matches up everything that I'm saying, everything that I've been saying all along. Now, I gave pretty much a physical example. This is the knife. You already see it, right? If one side of the family, male or female, is holding this knife, right? And the other side of the family, male or female, is holding that blade, and we doing the tug of war or whatever, we're going to hurt each other. We're going to hurt one another, right? Somebody's going to flip that knife, turn it in on each other or whatever, end up stabbing each other, hurting each other, cutting each other, slicing each other. Of course, metaphysically is what I'm talking about, whatever. Metaphorically is what I'm talking about. But it also has a power to be a physical war. Because, again, we tend to go at each other physically these days as well. All because our emotions get twisted, our thoughts get twisted, our words become weapons, if you will. Again, what you think, you speak, you walk, and what you walk is what you pass on. So if we passing on these energies of combat, we're doing just that. We're fighting one another. It makes no sense. Brothers, I'm going to play a rhythm for you that you need to really keep in mind when you dealing with these sisters out here. Sisters, listen up to the rhythms. Hopefully you can embrace it, accept it from the brothers out there, again, of integrity. And know that every black man ain't the black man for you. Every sister ain't the sister for you. It's all about integrity. It's all about value. It's all about something that you know is going to sustain, protect, provide, and be something of worth for you and your legacy. So, with that being said, Wayne, come forward, drop some real words of inspiration to the people. Please, listen up.
Searching to find love, no hurting, she needs find love. Certainly ready anytime for divine love. I need all in my arms to join and keep my warm. Oh, and I'll be flowing on and on from dusk till dawn. She's the one who keeps I on right through the sun. So be strong, do no wrong. I need all in my arms to hold. Just go all the way she's goes. Be by your side, so brave and bold. Oh, I'll be in full eye charge. Lightning flash and thunder roll. Let's get close, no it's not the time to show. Just in case you have never been told, you should know that you worth more than money and gold.
Level. Sisters, y'all worth way more than money and gold ever could be. So don't let these trinkets and all this other stuff out here in society fool you, man. Brothers, you're worth more than money and gold out here, man. Don't let these other things out here that other women of other people's, whatever, that they say, whatever, go to your head. Because, again, they only want you for your sexual organs. Sisters, they only want you for your sexual organ. They don't want you. And I know folks like to hit you with the whole, oh, you can't help who you love and this, that, and the third. This is why I say this is bullshit. Because we do everything in our power and our ability, thought, word, and deed, to avoid one another. So you can help who you love. You can help who you fall in love with. You can help who you be with and link up with, whatever. I get so sick of hearing that one, man. I really do. I get sick of hearing that one. Watch this. I got another one for you. Revel.
When we were just two lovers. the way the love we share.
Listen.
Now my road is fogged and so unclear. Never thought the end would be so near. Memories of when I made you mine. Then you left and never said goodbye. If I could turn back the hands of time and see the sign. Girl, I'm so lost without your love. You made a fool of me, thinking we would be together permanently. People talk and I overheard you found a new lover. Yeah. Why you had to turn around and hurt my heart this way? Told me that you love me and you're here to stay. Still the pictures on the wall of when we were just two lovers. Oh.
Hold up. I played that one right there for a reason. It's not always going to be peaches and cream out here. Everything ain't always sweet. Yeah, we go through our little trials, tribulations, whatever, ups and downs and all that stuff. But that's life. That's what relationships are, right? But the reason why I played that song is when we leave each other, right? When a man leaves his woman and goes somewhere else, when a sister leaves her man and goes somewhere else, whatever, all we're doing is, one, we're hurting ourselves individually. We're hurting ourselves collectively as a people, man. Again, the grass ain't always green on the other side. Hell, the grass on the other side got a whole bunch of pesticides and all the other stuff. You get what I'm saying metaphorically. Just follow the example. We gotta stop falling for the trickery. We gotta stop falling for the games. We got to stop falling for the bullshit. It's just that simple, man. It's just that simple. The reason why black love is becoming a myth is because the myth has been given to us. We've taken that myth and began to make it a reality. Give that shit back. Throw it away. Burn it up even. Whatever you want to do. Just stop it. Just stop the foolishness altogether. So what I'm about to do, I'm about to drop the number in the chat room or whatever, because it's about time I hear y'all thoughts, hear y'all words, and whole nine. Right? So in the meantime, between time, we're going to run another one. There we go. There it is.
I heard you said to me, you wanna be my number one.
We gotta be number one for each other, male or female.
So let's talk about it, sister. Now the game has just begun. So if you wanna be my number one,
Don't be scared, call in.
if you wanna be my number one, let me know your future plans.
You hear that? Future plans. We gotta have some plans for one another and live them out.
I heard you telling friends that you are my number one, but not yet, my little sister.
Bring it on, brother.
Now the game has just begun. So if you wanna be my number one, if you wanna be my number one, let me know your future plan.
What I like to hear. This is what I like to hear right here. R&M RBG TV. Who this be?
Yes, what's good and grooveful?
What's up, my brother? What's going on? What's up?
North, man, how you been, man?
I'm good, brother. I'm living life, trying to survive out here, man. What's going on with you?
All right, same.
All right.
Interesting conversation today. I apologize. Last time I missed the first half of the show, and I think I reiterated most of the things you spoke about. I certainly didn't intend to do that.
It's all good. We got a life we live in.
What's coming through, though?
It's all good. You good? I hear you loud and clear. I hear you loud and clear, brother.
Okay. So this one we're talking about, black love's becoming a myth.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting skinny. There's not enough of it, and so on. I can't agree more. I don't know really in the speaking about in specifics. I might not be the best guy to talk about family and all of that.
Speak your piece,
but
brother.
when it comes to the issue of black love, that's a much broader thing that I have just so much perspective on it, and it's a perspective that I hear you echoing, and it's it's scary how little anywhere else it would be. To me, I would think that we would be hearing what you're talking about, not only today, but in many other instances, mirrored back to us in our music, in our movies, in our comedy routines, you name it, A to Z. It needs to be understood that that's because that's not our music, that's not our movies, that's not our comedy, that's not our education system. None of it is ours. It is all not ours. It's, in fact, that of the enemies. What can I tell you?
Right.
That's how it is.
Right.
So the repatriation, the first and foremost, even know that you want to get the hell out of hell, is you need to know you're in hell in the first place.
Check.
The first repatriation needs to be mental.
Yep.
You understand? That's the very first one. And it's that repatriation and the teaching even the children the knowledge that they need to repatriate their minds.
Yeah.
That's key. There should be far more people that know what I'm talking about here now.
Definitely.
It's not. And it scares me, man. It means you have to be loud. What you're doing is correct. Anywhere I go, man, I see that people, I'm asking if they know who Marcus Garvey is. I'm asking if they know who Amos Wilson is. I'm asking if they know who Claude Anderson is, man. Plain and simple. And the hope is then that if they do, look up, that they might see certain examples of behavior that is productive for black people, that they might then say, yeah, wow, we've been so almost like brainwashed, so distracted with other things, but look at what Marcus did. If black people could do that, look what would be resolved and so on and so on, So when you say black love's the answer, brother, I gotta tell you, I really appreciate that analysis, because that is one fundamental point in case. I mean, you can't lie, and I'm not sure that black people are really understanding it. There's a very big danger, and I'm sorry to ramble, but it's a strong point you make. There's a big danger that we just say to one another, that's how it is.
Well, what we do these days, we often get into situationships versus relationships. This is something that's totally different. We got situationships these days, and situationships, like I said, is based off the physical attraction. I see something, she sees something, we do, and where do we go from here? That's not how it's supposed to go down. You have to literally get to know one another, man, so you can see if that's where the direction that you want to go with. If you're wasting your time, and that's what we do. We waste each other's time, then we get pissed off and fed up with each other because we've wasted each other's time. So many times I've seen people in these situationships, and they're just happy to be with somebody, but they're not with that person for a reason of worth, for a reason of value. They're just there with each other in a state of misery. That does nothing. That doesn't do any good. It hurts us individually as well as collectively.
So what happens? Let me ask you that. What would happen if the children were brought up in a way where they've just redefined their whole entire reason for existing to provide for the next generation, or to do productive and uplifting things for black people? To say, we're a little bit behind on the scoreboard. How many points can I put on in my lifetime on this African scoreboard for Team Africa? Like that. Because it seemed to me like if that's the education the children would have, then instantly, even on that first date, as you're looking across the table at her and she at you, you already have an implicit understanding that we're here to see if we, can score some points for Team Africa. If we can, maybe get along enough so that we say, that's my partner in life, that's my African teammate in life. We're going to have an African baby that we're going to raise to score points on the scoreboard, and so on and so on. You understand?
Yeah.
Before you even say a word, if these children are appropriately educated, that's implicit. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, if all they have to see is ratchet examples, if they honestly, in their stupid minds, think that getting a fat blood diamond is a good thing for them to do, then that's impossible to have that, So then when you meet someone else, you're almost looking at them like material, not even like they're a person, not like they're a teammate, not like they're anything like that. You're almost looking at them at no different almost than a pair of G's or, diamonds or cars, you know what I mean? Like, it just kills it. We're looking through their perspective at one another, and Wilson warned us on that. He said, look, man, that's what you're doing. You have to not do that. You have to not see each other through their eyes. We need to own every fucking thing. We need to own everything. I know what to tell you, man. But black love is key. What do you think, brother?
In my personal opinion, I want to say it could be twofold. It could be one or two things. The children of the next generation of tomorrow, basically, they can sit back and if they take it upon themselves to create or recreate something of value for black people, whatever, they can have one of two type of thoughts. They can say, all right, we've been down long enough, time to stand up. We've been bending over long enough. It's time to stand up, straighten our backs up, and walk down the right path. That's one. Or they can also stand up or whatever individually, the whole, like you said on our last episode, that whole I'ma just do me, and they'll have that type of mentality, they'll have that type of eyesight, look back and say, you know what, the hell was wrong with everybody else that came before me? Y'all was tripping. I really don't got no time and no energy to listen to y'all anymore. I'm just gonna do things my way. So it can be a good thing for us, or it could be a bad thing. I'm proposing nonetheless the good thing, of course you already know, but nonetheless the thing is we have to put forth the example for them to see. We don't have time to continue showing the example of the negative. They got more than enough examples of the negative. The examples of the ones that we put forth, the ratchetness, like you just put forth, like you just said. They have the examples of other people's and how they move, whatever, and not for nothing, they can see how other nations and other peoples move, whatever, in their loving environments, whatever. Again, I'm not trying to make this whole romance type situations, because yeah, they got their own things that they deal with, but that's on an in-house level. You'll never see it on a public scale. You'll never see it on a grand scale. Us or whatever. We put all our dirt out. We put all our dirty laundry out, and that's where we go wrong. That's where we go wrong. So, like I said, it could be twofold.
Yeah, and that's a killer point, too. I mean, when you look at, what you were saying there, it's almost like on two levels, like, because you can look at, the cheap kind of relationship that's just, like, involves two people in a vacuum and say, look how they view things and look how they treat one another and look how cheap they're making everything and blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. But that's just in a vacuum, because it seems like, that's what you just said, it seems like the real evil, right, is the kids looking on. Yeah. Is their society that's looking at them and picking up cues, and, because you have to learn that how they're acting is how my group is. I mean, not for nothing, even the children of today. You know what I mean? Like, sort of thing. So, like, to me, that's the real danger in damage, is that. So, like, looking after the next generation in terms of, like you say, modeling appropriate behavior and black love. Again, I mean, it always comes right back down to that care and concern, you know what I mean? Like that. And you can't have enough examples. I mean, even even the children that we have out today, our children today, peace, Sister Radical, how you doing? Even our children today, they're already beginning to take those certain steps and start to look at us as, forgive my language, family, as fuck-ups, if you will. They're looking back and say, you know what, I don't know what's going on, what's been happening, for the longest time, whatever, but I don't have time and energy for that. I'm going to keep, like you said a minute ago, I'm going to do me, and I dare you to say anything. I dare you to challenge me, because now I'm going to go at you. The children are going at the elders right now, if you've been paying attention. Not even just the elders, but they're going at the adults, because there's a difference between an elder and an older. I made that clear a couple episodes a while back in the channel, R&M RBG TV, we keep it G. There's a very big difference. Right now, our elders, they're not being listened to. Their energy and their wisdom is not being taken heed of. They're basically, they're seeing the examples, they're listening to the lessons, if you will, the negative lessons, if you will, of the many olders out there, right? And watch this, on a hood level, if you will, right? Back in the day, whatever, when we was coming up, we had OGs or whatever, right? The OGs, those are the ones that like to school you to the game, put you on the, certain knowledges or whatever, show you different things on which way to go, which way not to go, who to be with, who not to be with, how to survive living in the hood, whatever situation that you in, right? Nowadays, we don't have an OG. They like to use that title of OGs or whatever, but basically, forgive my language or whatever, they're just older niggas that you just talking to you. That's it. And they're taking those words of those older niggas that they listening to or whatever, and they're living that example out. They're passing that type of that knowledge, if you will, because there's different knowledges out there. There's knowledges of all types.
The good and the bad. They're taking that bad knowledge and they're living that out. And again, they're looking back at those that came before them and they're saying, you know what, just shut up, don't say nothing to me. I ain't got no time for it. I'm going to do things my way. And if you got a problem with it, oh well, I can take it to you instead of taking it to my enemy the way it should be. I'm going to bring it to your house. I'm going to bring it to your doorstep. I'm going to bring it to your face. This is what's going on right now. So if that type of vibe continues, you can already tell what's going to happen for the next generation. So we got to stop that right then and there. That's that same physics example that I'm talking about. Things, if anything that's in the same current rate, speed, or direction will continue until met with an equal, but we're talking about a greater oppositional force. We need a greater oppositional force, and that greater oppositional force is that black love that I'm talking about.
Sure. Yeah, and I know you brought up a point. I just wanted to get this in because it's an interesting point I heard brought up on, I think, COWS. I think it was Gus T. or Renegade brought it up, but they're doing an analysis on it. It relates to the black love thing. They're doing an analysis on Planet of the Apes, right? And they said they made a point that like they liken black people to animals they always have. They always have. That's kind of been their rationalization.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the animals. So at one point when I first tuned in, you said, you know, that's just white people using for sex. Man, that's a best case scenario, man. Because in many cases, the truth is, it's more like from their perspective a bestiality thing, man. Think about it. If they think black people are animals and they sleep with animals, this bestiality all day. So at best, black people being used for sex, man. At worst, it's a matter of actually, you understand? So that's like that. But then also I want to say, in terms of the danger, is the idea, I hear it going out and about all over places. A lot of people pointing out this birth rate. All right, they're saying that, like, you know, white people are not really reproducing right, and it's looking good, and it's going to be karma in the end, and everything's going to balance out and equal out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that bodes well. I think a lot of, you know, groups should be well off, but I don't know, because here's the thing, here's the folly in it. Show me where black people are forcing white people to find that black people are naturally beautiful and white people are naturally ugly. You can't show me those examples. Show me where, because of black people's power of influence, white people don't feel like this status is up to par unless they're dark. You understand? So they might have negative birth rate a little bit, but damn it, they look at one another and see someone they want to be with and build with and make a team with. You know, understand? Black people though, man, different story. So yeah, they might have a little bit negative birth rate, but if we have self-love problems, dude, that's a zillion times worse, man, because exactly what you said, we're going to be in yellow's bed, brown's bed, red's bed, white's bed, everybody's bed but black's bed. Now you tell me what happened to black people when that goes down, and tell me that's not the case.
Yep.
You can't tell me that's not the case.
Yep.
That is the case.
That's their reasoning for that whole interracial stuff. That's the reason they pushing that so heavy. Yeah. That's the reason why they pushing that interracial stuff so heavy. Now, like I said, I want to follow back up what I said a minute ago, dealing with that whole dominant gene syndrome that everybody loves to talk about. Oh, you know, the conscious Negroes and everybody. Oh, we got the dominant gene. We can take them out, genetically, and this, that, and the third. Now, big ups to Dr. Frances Cress Wilson. Rest in peace, Big Mama. Yeah, what she put out was right and exact. But at the current rate that we're living in right now, yeah, they may have that whole minus birth rate or whatever. But because we've fallen victim to that whole interracial mix up, get along to be along, and all in together now type vibe with everybody else, but canceling each other out, right? Because that's taking place, like you said, we're watering ourselves down more and more and more day by day and by day, and they know that, yeah, we do have strong genetics. Case in point, look up, for those who don't know, research the Sister Henrietta Lacks. Big ups and Black integrity to her. Right? Research her, and you'll see how her genetics are strong. They multiply even more and more in her depth. So they take advantage of that. They like to exploit situations like that by way of sex. They know if they get with that type of, strong gene or whatever, it's not going to cancel them out the way we think it is. It's only really going to build them up and strengthen them up, and to the point where it's going to create a whole new breed of people. That whole mulatto or mixed breed, whatever the hell you want to call it, it's going to create a whole new breed of people. So you're not going to have black folks. You're not going to have white folks. You're going to have a whole new class of people all together. We just gotta stop being stupid, man. Stop for real. We just gotta stop being stupid and put the game to the side, man, and face reality for what it is. Again, I'm not disowning nor disclaiming what Frances Cresston Wilson said, because what she said was right and exact. But because of the way we're living it today, it's not going down the way she put forth back in the 70s. You feel what I'm saying? So we just gotta stop playing. We just gotta stop playing. We just gotta stop playing overall, man. Straight up and down.
Yeah, put it real simple for you, man. If we could guarantee that they all end up like Colin Kaepernick, then mixing would be the death of white people like overnight. That would be the end of it. Quick. You understand? But we can't guarantee that everybody's going to end up like Colin Kaepernick. You understand? Most going to end up like how? Like, Obama, like States, like anybody else. I mean, everybody hates that. Nobody wants nothing to do with African people, right? Not African people, not nobody, right? So chances are, so it doesn't do no good. But if they're appropriately educated, man, they'd be a weapon for Africa. But as it is in the current structure, no, man, they're a weapon for white America, man. It's no good. And furthermore, that's just talking with the biracial themselves. You also have to get to how in the hell somebody black say, I'm gonna start a family with this white person here, man. You have to even like if that's going on, like. Already you're sick. Already it's broken.
I can tell you how it happens.
I couldn't agree more.
I can tell you how it happens. I can tell you how it happens. It happens by way of denial of the past. If you forget your past, if you don't accept your past, if you deny your past, you're doomed to repeat the past. Now watch this. Not to go too far or whatever, but you already know, until the situations of slavery back on plantation days or whatever, until that is rectified and changed up, it will always happen all over again, no matter what year you're living in. Now, case in point, back on those plantation days, right? You already know, you had your black servitude, you had your white overseers, right? No problem. That black man, he was used as a sexual pawn for white women. When the white man would go out doing whatever he was doing, whether it was hunting or going off with the Klan or with other white men doing whatever they was doing or whatever, she would creep in, get down with that brother, with that black man or whatever, right? Force him to have sex with her. Now, of course, it wasn't necessarily to breed children, but it was just for sexual conquest. And if he didn't, he was going to threaten her with rape. He raped me. Case in point, Rosewood. If y'all don't know the history of Rosewood, look that up. It's more than just a movie. That shit was real. Flipping on the other side of the script, we're dealing with the sisters or whatever. That white man, he would already know how he got down. Late night, after he dealt with his white woman, whatever, after he did to do it with her, whatever, he would creep down into that black sleeping quarters, whatever, call her out. He would call her out amongst the entire village, if you will, of black people. Bring her out to me. Bring her out to me. And if you don't, I'm burning all y'all asses up. So, of course, the black man being subjugated physically as well as mentally, because let's be real, that whole emasculation process started way back then and carried till today, whatever. This is why we don't have the defense of men that we need today, because of that whole process that has never been rectified, has never been crossed out. So, again, bring her out to me. Bring her out to me. He would offer her up with no resistance, no remorse. She come back hours later or whenever the hell he was done with her. And you know what I'm saying? And now he's, baby, what happened? Baby, what happened? Of course, it gives her the mentality of, nigga, get away from me because you wasn't there for me. This is why we got the gaps that we have now, because things from the past have never been changed. Things from the past have never been rectified. Things from the past have never been canceled out. So again, no matter what year we're living in, this shit still remains the same. We still on that plantation mentally.
110%. This is common. This needs to be understood. These are things that I think play on far too few black people's mind every day, all day. This is the kind of things you wake up to thinking, go into bed thinking. A few others do. It needs to be everybody understands what you're saying, because it's nothing but factual and exactual. And I really don't mean to make anything ever seem hopeless, anything like that, but at the same time appreciating the problem in its totality is going to help. You can't cut out half a cancer. You have to understand where every cell that cancer invades and cut it all out, you know? When you see some of that damage, let me tell you something else. I know back when I was a punk and they had just started those, Faces of Death videos online. YouTube was brand new. And I remember visiting some what they call gore sites. It's like where like people get hit by cars or get beat by bats or whatever like that. And I noticed in the chat comments, there was always a need to rationalize this like torture, this horrid behavior. That why is that guy having 6 people beat him with a bat and a knife and a stab and a gun and everything? You know, they always felt they had to rationalize it, like, oh, because he hurts kids. Oh, because he's a wife. That's what you get, wife beater. Oh, because he's a thief. That's what you get, thief. I could see the people in chat always had a need to justify what was happening.
Right.
Now think about that very clearly, because this is clear. That's absolutely true. Now think about that and put that into the slave plantation paradigm. Think about what you're thinking about like that, because here's the thing: if you can rationalize it, they deserve that. They deserve that horror that's happening, and they deserve that terror. Then it won't feel like your guts being ripped out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if you can convince yourself that person deserves the terror, you won't feel like your guts is being ripped out. Because I don't know, like, you know, about you, but, like, most human beings, when they have to watch their family get tore up, they feel a kind of way about it. It feels like your own guts getting tore out. You know what I mean? It's just a little bit different if you hear about, you know, some Zhang Ji in Hong Kong got hit by a car. It's like, well, okay, I mean, oh well. You know, but when you get that call from your own cousin or your own uncle or your own sister, you know, about your own family, your guts get tore up.
Right.
I don't think you can, like, put up with that forever. I think back even hundreds of years ago, they stopped putting up with that, and already I think that's where a large part of that self-hatred comes in, Red Man.
Yeah.
Because you can't deal with that. How do you hear the screaming and still say stay? This isn't a small thing. It's not a one-time thing. This is a every night, all day, every day kind of thing. At any time, I can be terrorized. Someone I love can be terrorized. We have to appreciate the depth and breadth of that, man, because it is deep. I can't stress enough what you say, self-love. Absolutely. You can't imagine how every other group, implicit in birth, has so many different aspects of self-love, usually down to their name.
Yeah.
Like, tell some Scottish or Irish guy, McInnes, you know those guys with the names McInnes, McCowan, you know, the Mick.
Yeah.
Now, I don't like that name. It sounds ugly. They'll be offended at that because you're talking about them. You're talking about their family name. So even just a name itself is an aspect of self-love.
Yeah.
Where you tell me where you are this man. You're a Smith? No, you're not. You're a Thomas? No, you're not. You're not a Thomas. Your name's not Fred Thomas. Your name is something you don't even know. You understand? That's just one aspect. Every other group has so many implicit aspects that keep that love intact. That, like, they made a point, like, it's not by accident. They sat back and said, how best can we destroy that self-love?
Yeah.
You understand how many just draconian and devilish systems to this day. Call your mother and tell her, take you back from school. Your hair is not right. You're suspended. Your hair is not right. To me, that's terrorism.
It is.
Man, that in a vacuum, not really. You're just kind of, you know, sending a girl home because your idea of what, you know, hair should be isn't, you know. But in the context of history, if you send a black girl home for having natural hair, that's terrorism.
Yeah.
You can't do that, man.
Yeah.
Understand how nasty it's just. And to this day, everybody talk about things like it's nothing passed, man. Nothing passed. It changed. Things changed around. Yeah,
but it's still the same.
Passed, man. It's bad, man. Again, self-love. Get rid of all of that. When you go on that first date with the idea of how best can we provide for our team Africa, everything changes. When you get up on the bed, how best can I do for Africa? Changes. Everything changes. Yeah, no, I don't think, you know, big fat blood diamonds are something I want to go put on layaway. Yeah, everything changes. I'd rather donate this here, donate this there, go buy some black something, some black-owned, black manufactured something. You know, but I'm not going to buy no black diamonds. I'm not going to. You understand? It's very simple. It's that self-love, that thing. I don't know how to make it cool, but that's what needs to happen. I don't want to go on and on and on too much, but that's what needs to happen. We have to make it. You have to make the self-love cool like hip-hop.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
It's like the thing to do. You know, so even if people normally wouldn't, they will anyway because everybody's doing it. Black love, self-love, self-protection, esteem, and so on. That's what we're doing today.
Yep.
Let's all do it as a pack and see if we can move this thing forward.
Yep.
That's my idea. And how to make it cool.
That's all right. That's a fact, brother. That is a fact, man. That's a fact. Family, that's coming all the way from Canada, man. I hope y'all appreciate what the homie is saying, man. Thank you for saying what you said, brother. Real talk. Keep that thought, man, and pass that on by way of your example, man. Let's make that happen, man. Real talk, all right? Thanks for tuning in, man. Thanks for calling in, man. Like I said, anytime we on, man, and you got something to say, call in and let's chop it up, fam. All right?
Yes, bless it. Yeah, cool.
Be good, brother. Be good. Come on, y'all. Call in. Don't let them be the only one to carry this conversation, family. I'm going to drop the number in there one more time for the family out there, man. And I'm going to take another little break, reprogram, calm down a little bit. I know I got a little hype and everything, but this shit is real, man. It's real. It's real. It's real. So, there's a number right there. One more again. Let me find something else I can, play for the family or whatever. But with that being said, I got a tune for my brothers out there who are on a defense tip or whatever that is going to defend their sisters out there to the death, if even. So with that being said, Sprague Benz.
Well, when it comes to my woman, I'm a joke. And a boy to my woman, I make the wrong approach. John, I'm going to crush him like a cockroach, you understand? Sprague Benz again, a bad man sitting. Well, the boy can't play dolly house with me, girl, me will step in I'm face. No fear if a sergeant or general, me will step in your face. The boy try this, me will play the children.
Yeah, let's keep it rolling. Alright, MRBG TV, who this be?
Peace, brother. This is Sister Angeline.
Sister Radical, what's happening? What's happening?
Oh, lots and lots of good stuff, and they silenced my channel.
Yo, I'm sorry to hear that, yo, because that's what happens when you speak real deal. You already know they don't like hearing that real shit, so, hey.
Yeah.
That's a damn shame, though. It's a damn shame.
Like, even there was some white guy who said, you're one of the nicey hate whitey channels. I actually have never ever said that I hate white people or anything of the sort. It's just that I will examine their pathology.
Right.
And then put it in context
with
what is happening now so that we can sit back and recognize we're our only rescue coming. And a lot of us are still hoping and clinging to the idea that we can convince them somehow that we're nice. You know, if all the thugs would just, clean up their act overnight, when that's not at all the situation. Is because there are fewer of us committing crimes at this point than at any point in history, and more of them committing crimes. So it's not about the actual facts of the matter. It's simply that we're two different people, and integration is never going to work, and it's not natural for it to work, and that's not hateful. It would actually be conducive to
it's survival. It's survival.
Also, yeah, because they're eating the same GMOs, they're taking the same toxic vaccines, because it's become, the whole country is an extermination camp. It's a whole giant gas showers. And what winds up happening is they have to then pick these draconian leaders to maintain this oppression, and they keep thinking that it's going to somehow benefit them. Well, they're slowly being extinguished along with everybody else, and they're actually going to die faster.
But the thing is, though, you said, you just hit it right on the head. They're going to go, and if we keep playing the game, or should I say keep being played like these games, we're going to go right with them. We're going to go right with them.
That's the thing. We think having melanin is an amazing thing, but it's not magical. And people can sometimes get it twisted because we could give into magical thinking.
Can you say that one more time, family? Can you please say that one more time? Because a lot of folks got it twisted. Please say that again.
Melanin is not magical. It's amazing, but magic ain't one part of it at all.
I hope y'all heard that, because that's the real talk. Because, again, you already know how we love to do, especially in these times with this whole conscious trend. We romance everything. Melanin this and melanin that and stargazing and from the atmosphere and the galaxies. And shut the hell up. Bring your black ass down on the earth and face reality.
Oh, my goodness, brother. See, that's why I listen to your channel and stuff like that, because for me, it's not about the numbers. I think that because your channel should be escalating enormously, but you have the most grounded wisdom.
I appreciate that. That's love. I appreciate that.
And I'm not trying to compliment you. I'm just saying what the fact is, and I bet you they recognize that. That's why even though you had 11 viewers the last time you did a live stream, they send the trolls right at you.
They came right at me. Yeah. Well, you notice I done set up moderators now. I don't figure out how to do the whole moderating thing, and you were definitely one of them. So
yes, that's
So with that being said, they ain't gonna be able to stay around too long. You know what I mean? I enjoy the comedy. Don't get me wrong. I love the comedy, but you can't stay along too. You can't stay around here. So
well,
you know.
It's so funny to me because they think that they're bringing, and I think that's why the social media platforms have upped their censorship.
Yeah.
Because the trolls aren't effective.
Yeah.
They have no truth to offer to make us because we're if you give us a greater truth and you keep going, then sooner or later we're gonna go, oh wow, that's right, we really are ugly, we really are stupid.
Yeah.
And no, that's not at all what we see. So they're just basically at this point like gnats. So YouTube and all the different social medias, they might as well be Daily Stormer or whatever the heck it is, or those other media things. And when they take down the alt-right people, they're sort of doing it to obscure, because I heard that, what was it, Diamond and Silk?
Yeah.
Like their platforms were also taken down.
But that goes to shoot my point. That's another point that I like to prove out there. That just because you like to get along, hop along, or whatever, and sing to their tune or whatever, don't think that you that you're not getting exploited or whatever. They will use you, and when they're done with you, they will sacrifice your black ass.
That's right. That's exactly what I thought.
They don't look. They don't like turncoats. They do not like traitors. They don't like turncoat type people, even within their own ranks. When they see them in their own ranks, they'll cut them off real quick. Even amongst our people, if they see turncoats dealing with our black family or whatever, they'll use you. But when they done using you up, they'll cut you off real quick, real quick, real quick. And don't think that because they cut you off, you can come back into the fold or whatever. Well, to the black folks who have integrity, a sense of reality, whatever, you can't come around no more because you already showed us who you are. Again, this means nothing. This complexion means nothing if your mind is not matching it.
That's right. Absolutely and factual. It is a lock and key system. And you have to have, and the key is your mind, because melanin is more actualized and activated if you are fueling it in the 3 tiers of reality, in the physical, the mental, and the spiritual. You have to have all of those integrated right and exact. Otherwise, there's going to be something that's missing. Now, in that score, if you're doing those things, then I don't know exactly where our melanin would stop in its ability to protect us up to a certain degree.
Right.
But I think that's why, like a channel like mine was something that they had to get rid of, even though I don't get up there, saying and I won't put out all the different, curse words or insults that are hurled at people. Right. But because I was just actually saying, hey, white folks, if you could calm down and stop believing the Albert Pike founded KKK and all the rest of that, which is set up for your own extermination, they just know how to flatter you, then you could hear that maybe there's some sort of solution here that will work out for everybody. So you could get yours sweetened, and then we can finally have actual control over our own destiny, which I don't care how nice a white person is, they're not supposed to be in control of a whole separate people's destiny. It's obvious we're a separate people. We always will be. There's no white person walking out there who says, wow, I really understand black people. We're always a mystery to them. Like everything is a mystery.
That's right.
So if they could just tone it down, because for me, I'm not with we are supreme just because supreme is what supreme does. Right. And if you're the best, then that means that morally you're going to act the best. That means that when it comes to a whole separate people, we don't need to look at them and say, let's go into some white community and kill them or something like that. We don't have to do that. The truth is eye-opening and incinerating enough for anybody. That's all you have to do is bring the truth. And that's the scariest thing, that the people who are in charge of everybody, that's the scariest thing in the world.
Yeah. When you do for self, everything else is irrelevant. It's not existent.
Yes. And I want to say thank thank you, because you're so right. Because for me, this is all an opportunity to get back to just really full throttle working. Because the Honorable Messiah Marcus Garvey, he didn't have an internet.
And he reached up to 12 million people worldwide.
Exactly.
We got all this technologies, gizmos and gadgets or whatever, but we use it for the wrong reasons. And that's the stuff that gets the millions and gazillions of views and this, that, and the third. And that's what people are hooked on. People are hooked on numbers. They're hooked on who can get the most view counts, who can get the most comments, who can get the most likes and shares, whatever. That stuff means nothing if it's not going to be mobilized in real life time, if it's not going to manifest in reality. We just doing it just for show. We doing it for show.
That's what I'm actually tired of it, because even though I've had a measure of success, it's really annoying because I've become an expert at doing clickbait titles. And I hate that. It shouldn't have to be that I have to, fish for someone's attention for a topic that is genocidal. It should just be a given that
I dig what you're saying.
Want to live.
I dig it.
And want their children to live. And so that it should have just been something that would go, whatever, viral instantly, or that other people would share it all over the place. Right. But it is what it is. I think that actually what is going to happen is that we're all going to have to, we're going to have to separate, but we're all going to, it's going to get more painful because they need a war. They want a war to distract from all, I'm just going to put it out there, the radiation, the dead ocean. That's why, because we're not rioting, they're getting the crews of white people to do it for them. Yeah. They kept hoping and picking at us, but we're done. I think a lot of us, even if we aren't awake, we are done with fighting these people. We may be depressed, we may be hopeless, but we know that trying to convince them of anything is even more hopeless. So we didn't show up by burning any buildings and so on, unless it was an agent provocateur. But in the meantime, they still were like, oh my goodness, we still need a fight. So they're fighting over some Robert E. Lee statue. Yeah. And at the same time, they're doing what you're, saying, whereas they're making black love seem as if it doesn't exist anywhere, so that we won't have, I'm always saying, we need more than a get out. We need a get in. Yeah. And that's what black love is.
I want to show you something real quick. I want to advertise something real quick. Now, back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Big ups to Baba Garvey, you already know. I represent you and I every day, all day, 432. You know how we do, Jamaica, New York. What up? Back in the day, he had like I said, the Black Star Liner. Back in the day, he had the Negro Factories Corps. He had the Dog Corps and everything, right? The Dog Factory, right? The many different restaurants and many different businesses. He had Harlem on lock. He supplied, he employed up to like 5,000 or 6,000 people in Harlem alone. You feel me? Reached up to 12 million people worldwide. Well, because we here in the UNIA right here in New York or whatever, because we've taken the lessons of the past and we've updated them and reapplied them to today or whatever, we have our own Negro Factories Corps, if you will. We have our own Black Star Liners of today, if you will. I want to introduce you to the FACA Rock. I've been talking about this a lot, and I'm going to keep talking about this, man. FACA Rock, Federation of African, Caribbean, and American Restaurants Owners Corporation, aka The Rock. You feel me? This is what you call putting your words to work. I'm going to say that again. This is what you call putting your words to work. It's one thing to talk a good game, but if you're not walking a good game, you just being played like a game. So with that being said, we are feeding ourselves. You understand? We linked up with the black farmers in the South. We linked up with the black farmers in the Caribbean. We linking up with the farmers in the West and in West Africa. You feel what I'm saying? Open 7 days a week. Come and get what you need. Wholesale prices, you know what I'm saying? You get retail for wholesale. This is what it's about. Feeding ourselves, family. This is what we do. This is what we do. And I'm encouraging everybody out there, one, to link up with a division in your area. You feel me? Link up with the UNIA in your own area. Two, if you can't find a UNIA in your own area, just link up with like minds and like bodies and get the thing rolling, man. Because at the end of the day, it's all about food, clothing, and shelter. Everything else is, I want to say, it's not irrelevant, but it's a back burner, if you will. It's secondary without those three things. Until we get food, clothing, and shelter locked down, all this other stuff that we're talking about is irrelevant. So we got to feed ourselves. We got to shelter ourselves. We got to clothe ourselves. Period.
Oh wow, I'm floored by that. That's so phenomenal what you're doing, and that's the real work. And the talking is good. I do believe in getting the word out.
Right.
But at the same time, if you're not going to follow that up by action, then it's all just, I might as well be looking in the mirror and complimenting myself on, gee, you look really nice today. It just comes out to nothing. So what you had said with your last year and what you're saying now with what the UNIA is doing, that's where we got to go. There's no, pause button, there's no slowdown, because this media platform stuff is almost like the poison apple. It feels like you're getting something, and it's just slowly just stealing away I don't know what it is. It steals away your time. It steals away your conviction, because getting something really done, it takes effort, and you're going to have failures. And so on the road to success, it's more than just the social media. You got to actually have the experience.
We're not going to meme our way to freedom.
Fear all the time.
We're not going to meme our way to freedom. We're not going to Instagram our way to freedom. Even with the YouTube, we're not going to video our way to freedom either. It's like you said a minute ago. Like you just said it a minute ago. It's good to get the word out. Yes, get that word out. But then take that word outside. This is what I'm encouraging, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the family of the whole, the RBG dynamic, and I put quotation around that very strongly. And for those who walk with me long enough, you know exactly why I do that. Because not for nothing, for some odd reason, I don't know why, I'll never understand why, but people love to deny the past. People love to deny the work. You feel what I'm saying? Again, we got all these gadgets and all this other stuff. Bobby Garvey didn't have that. Brother Malcolm didn't have that. Even Dr. Khaled, he didn't even have that. All three of these men are all Garveyites. They took their words outside on the pavement. They met with black folks face to face. They linked up in real life time. Boots on the ground. Everybody love to say that. Everybody love to type that in they post. Boots on the ground, boots on the ground. But when I put that call out, and I put G calls out a lot, my phone goes silent. I don't see a lot of people. So this is why I ain't go front. My crew runs very small. You feel me? My team, R&M, all BGs, is 3 deep. But with these 3 people, myself, my wife, and my homeboy Ronell, we make it happen. And we try to link up with those that's around us, running the youth center around the way here in Roosevelt. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Reaching the brothers out here, reaching the youngins out here, and all that stuff. The family appreciates what us 3 people do. They appreciate it. Granted, I wish it could be a greater scale, but nonetheless, I'm working with what I have. We're working with what we have, the resources that we got. Now, again, we pray to the Creator and everything that things will get better and everything. But not only are we just praying, we putting those prayers to work so it can manifest in real time. And that's another thing that we got to stop doing, family. Stop just thinking that your prayers and your meditations and your sage burning and your incense and all that other stuff is gonna get it, because it's not gonna cut it, fam. It's not gonna cut it. It ain't gonna cut it.
A battle.
like I said, we romance everything. All we got to do is call on the Orishas and call on the Netarus and this, that, and the third. It sounds good by word of mouth, but at the end of the day, if you're not taking that energy and putting it to real work, just shut up. Just shut up. Everybody likes to talk about the, if you in this religion, you in that religion, you a coon, you an agent, this, that, and the third. But last time I checked, Baba Garvey was a Catholic. Last time I checked, Baba Malcolm was a Muslim. Last time I checked, Baba Khaled was a Muslim. 3 Abrahamic faiths or whatever, followers of those traditions, but they put work in. They put them boots on the ground and they got stuff done. So all of you, again, all you sage burners, all you incense carriers, all you Orisha lovers and this, that, and third, if you're not going to invoke that energy to real lifetime to help combat the situations that we're in, just shut the hell up.
There you go. What is it that you always say? Gut check.
Gut check. Gut check. Now again, this is not a diss, because again, we know that we need to get back in tune to our ancient traditions and all that stuff. No problem. That's not a knock. That's not a diss. That's not a disclaimer. We know that's the reality. But at the end of the day, we gotta put reality over romance.
That's right. That's right. This is real. I don't know. I know for a lot of people they require the death, but I don't need the death.
Right.
I know what time it is.
We just gotta stop being foolish, man, and just be real. Just be real. Be real with yourself. Be real with your people, and be real and know that black love is the cure for the black nation. One, I'm talking love for yourself, love for your people, love for your relationships, on overall, just y'all know what I'm saying. I can't say it enough. Y'all know what I'm saying. Black love is the cure for the black nation, family. So let's get it. Period.
Yes. Yes, brother. And I'm gonna go now so I can finish eating my dinner.
Yes, ma'am.
And thank you. I thank you for.
Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for calling in, family. Thank you.
In my community, if there's a UNIA in Newark, is there one in Newark?
I believe there should be. There is a chapter. There's a division in Jersey somewhere. I'll look around. I'll look around for you. But there's definitely there's one in the area though, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
If you're anywhere close to Philly, you can link up with the Philly division. There's 2 divisions in Philly.
Okay, no, I'm a far ways from Philly.
Okay, cool. But definitely just link this we around. Like I said, we around. Everybody like to say that we dead. We ain't dead. We just working. That's all.
Okay, all right.
So all right, be good, be safe out there, and keep doing what you do. Don't let these people think that they can silence your voice just because they click your channel off, because your voice still manifests in real time. You keep doing what you do, you keep speaking that word, and you keep manifesting that word in reality, sister. Real talk.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Peace and blessings, brother.
Respect, sister. Black love is the cure for the black nation, family. That's all I can honestly say. I'm gonna see if we can. I'm gonna take one more quick little break, calm down, program a little bit, because these was 2 dope ass conversations that we just had. 2 dope ass conversations that y'all just heard out there in the chat. I'm gonna drop the number one more time in there. Hopefully we can get one more call in. If not, we're gonna close on out. But in the meantime, between time, let me find me a rhythm real quick, because I'm enjoying this. This is what I love to do. I love to do this type of stuff, man. I love to speak to my folks. I love to mobilize, you know what I'm saying, and go the way we need to go, man. So with that being said, let me go ahead. Beanie Man.
Zagazel, Ezegezel, Song Zagazegazego, Zagazel, Zagazel, oh, some boy talks like a dem and get the power when perform them a devour. Eat the girl like them a flower, sex the girl them by the hour, make them ball for y'all them adapt. Cool, make me line up, me girl them get them together. Oh, some boy this me when me talk, me not go rhyme, I told me job, me just a fine, I made the girl them want to wine because the DJ now we wine because them can't come touch me style because the DJ now go talk like no Calvin Klein. What about you think this me when them know we find you here because of we run rule the year, they girl them play up in the year, they girl them treat you with care because the clothes are way we wear because them know say we kick man a rasta man we not go fear but as the world come back.
Somebody tell me now.
As the world come back.
Go up to president.
As the world come back.
Somebody tell me now.
As the world come. Is the world come. As the world come back.
Please tell me now.
As the world come back.
Me really want to know.
As the world come back. As the world come, is the world come. Rasta man the mix up in a Babylon business because them know we work so hard because enough some we gossip because the way we choose the life and know the way how we go live. We not like we cause we think positive. Hey yo. Now for them a kick up every day, them inna they killing in a one bag of looting and join up in a bag of shooting. And policeman have to catch him and them catching them go shot him. You hear remember the ball, what a innocent thing. Every day you get up in the cool your thing and sell it all for money where you make it all be careful or you spread it all you have to spend it wisely and not make policeman touch it. Else you are gonna get the court and you are gonna leave it.
Listen, Sizzler.
Yeah, man. I am Paracelasi, I am weird. The ancient of days never quiet. That's the part I love me very. Yeah, man. I am Paracelasi, I am weird. The ancient of days never quiet. That's the part I love me very. Hey. Can't cool, can't quench, everlasting burning fire. Babylon, your engine. Can't cool, can't quench, everlasting burning fire. Heard that judgment I tell you. Can't cool, can't quench, everlasting burning fire. Babylon get rent, y'all. Can't cool, can't quench. Ethiopia, mature desire. Babylon, then how is it you get your food to eat and yet you find it hard to feed another you that come up at your feet streets. Then how is it you always a strive and yet you find it hard to show another get so you to be survive. That's why I King Selassie I will praise. Run the tell Pharaoh, him city that God bless. Me know a king or a suffer right upon his own. Babylon with the dust brimstone. The one on him can't cool, can't quench. Everlasting burning fire. Babylon your range out. Can't cool, can't quench. Africa my true heart desire. Black clearance. Can't cool, can't quench. Everlasting burning fire. Babylon your range.
I got one more run, then we're gonna close out.
Africa my true heart
Bounty Killer.
Red judgment.
Listen.
None of mercy, I don't have to stop on me. I cut them studio. This one,
last one that we're gonna close on out.
Media. This is Rodney Price, aka Poor People Governor. Well, poor people fed up. To your system, shake up your issue, gun for whipping the boss. Poor people fed up. To your system, shake up and every day they get to use them now. Me ask the leader, him and the ranger. He make poor people surrounded by danger. Lion, roach and giant mosquito. So which water we fill with bacteria? Whoever take a look down on the river Tanera. Have to answer you, water house can tire. Long time the MP, him no come near ya. And all the one we claim says she a counselor. Rap 75% and give we quarter. Conquer the land now we give we a hater. Disconnect me light and chop off me water. To the kings of kings, well me know them shall answer. The lord of lords, well I am a sponsor. The lion from Judah, them well one conquer. The eagle and the deer and the queen and her daughter. It's Selassie, I me know the whole of them offer. But them a go down in a flames or water. Selassie, I no take it for no laughter. Poor people fed up. To your system, shake up your issue, gun for them big me boss. Poor people fed up. To your system, shake up on every day they get to you shed up.
So there it is, family. There it is. Y'all heard the topic. Black love is becoming more of a myth to black people. Y'all heard what we discussing, how we need to cancel out that myth and make it a reality again, because it was before. It was a big reality before. Again, like Mr. Gwanka said before, what man has done, man can do again. What woman has done, woman can do again. What we have done, we can do again. The question is, do we want to? I know I want to. I know my family here in this chat room, I know we want to. But the question is, it's not going to rest just on our shoulders. We need, you know what I'm saying, the masses. Now again, all black folks ain't going to get it, because you already know all skin folk ain't kinfolk. So we need to work with those of like mind, like words, like deeds. Put that work in real time. Put that love in real time. So our legacy, our youth, our babies can grow up with that type of energy in real time. So they can pass it on to their children in real time. Notice how I keep saying the word real. Notice how I keep using the word integrity. You understand? We got to make it real, man. We got to make it happen. But we can, we will, and we shall. So with that being said, family, I want to say Uncle Jab Saneb, Putu Apo, and Black Integrity. Always remember that black love is a cure for the black nation, family, so let's get it. Stay tuned to the next one. You already know R&M, RBG TV, family. We do keep it G. So to the next one, keep it rolling, keep it rolling, keep it rolling, in real time. Manifest it, make it happen, magnify it. I'll catch you later.